Ladies and gents, today is the 17th of September and it is the grand opening of the flagship store of Shaping New Tomorrow here in Aalborg. What you see right behind me right now is the line of people who have waited to come inside. I have a very special story with one of the founders, Christian Oakman, and I'm gonna show you guys the store. Then we're also gonna talk a little bit about his role in this and how they have worked their way from just being a business to becoming a brand. But first I want to show you something. You can see the line starts here, and then I thought I was gonna look down. The line continues, and then it will stop around here. The truck in the way, and behind this truck the line continues. So the guys are actually standing there as well, and it's going all the way from here all the way back to here. And one thing you might have noticed is that I'm wearing a mask, and the reason for that is because of coronavirus. So the guys have made sure that everyone who's going to go inside the store, they have told them, hey people, we have masks, so we will prefer if you would wear them. And to have worked with them for 4 years in a row now, it's so exciting to see that they are finally making moves in terms of putting out a new flagship store here in their hometown of Aalborg. So, to give you guys a little background story and a little notice about why I'm actually here today is because Christian and I had our first conversation back in 2017 around the 29th of September. And my story back then was that I needed a clothing brand to bring with me when I was going to Los Angeles to work there for 2 months. And I had such a difficult time finding people that wanted to join me and who wanted to create a lookbook and wanted to create photos because they didn't have any budget or anything. And there was only one company who wanted to help me out, and that was Shaping New Tomorrow. Okay, so while I'm sitting here between all these shirts and pants and everything, I feel like this is the right setting to talk to you a little bit about how I know Christian. When I was going to Los Angeles, as I mentioned before, they were sending me a bunch of different clothes and they wanted some photos and they wanted a video that they could present. The logo was actually not like the one they have here. It was their old logo, which is written, you know, like this kind of way. So it just shows that that video we did back then was made way before all of this has happened. And then seeing Christian and I being in contact throughout the years, I've been trying to help them out a bit with how they could present their models on their website and if they should mention how tall they were. So all those small things. And I think what Christian and Shaping New Tomorrow have done is they're starting to create a story, and they are starting to create a brand that people want to be a part of. It's the feeling you get when you walk into this store and it just looks absolutely incredible. I feel relaxed. I want to just sit there and work on other projects. And I think that's one of the keys in building a brand. So now I'll show you where all the clothing are, how the store looks and everything. And then I'm gonna take you guys back to their main office here in Aalborg and also show you that, because that is one hell of an office. Guys, we're finally here in the headquarters of Shaping New Tomorrow, the famous building that everyone has been hearing about.
Yeah.
And I wanted to try to give a little room tour of your space, because you didn't used to have this much space when you were working.
No, much less.
Yeah. But where did you guys have your office before this?
Well, first we had the smallest office in history behind our first store. Like, it was just curtains you pulled off and walked into it. It was just room enough for a table and 3 chairs, and was it. But then we moved to our old store with a bigger office, but still really small and really old. And we started getting more and more employees, so we needed something where we could kind of be and not sit on top of each other. So this is where we are now. We've been here for a year, and really happy to be here.
I'm just gonna pop out this one and then let's get started.
This is where we do all of our photo shoots and done a lot of videos in here as well, but mostly photo shoots. But we're actually moving this as well since we need the space now for more employees. So we're moving it out to a new location that hasn't been revealed yet, but it's going to be an amazing studio where it's just all focused on studio. It's going to be really nice.
Cool, man. So you have lamp set up there, 1, 2. You have this big bad boy. Try to go in front of it. Like, this is a huge screen. Damn. Okay, so then if we're gonna zoom back out, then you can see we just use this to place the camera on. Big curtains here that you can
And it's actually been for customer service, so when we're in here shooting and it blinking all the time, that it's more or less not annoying for them.
It's a beautiful office.
Yeah.
Like the way that the ceiling is shaped and have, what do you call that? Lyskron?
Chandelier.
Chandelier. Like, do you guys know the people who have this, and how do you found the office?
Yeah, it was actually it was a big dancing school before, and it was none of this were here at all. It was this big open space that we thought could be such a cool area to have an office because we wanted to have an open office where it wasn't people in small offices not working together. It was completely remade before we moved in. We put this whole meeting box in the middle here, and we had a great team of contractors to kind of work on it all, so it would match what Shaping New Tomorrows is in this Scandinavian and light tree style, to have the best place for our employees and ourselves to sit at and work in, so we would be most productive.
And then you have the 2 guys here that I worked with yesterday. Fellas, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Samuel keep me through a bodybuilding Aalborg session. Look, his shoulders is still sore, man. They're still Holy damn.
So the funny thing about this is actually that before, when we moved in here, there were big mirrors in front of the whole wall. So we didn't know it was here. Even the people we rented at didn't know it was there. So when they took down the mirrors, they found this really old painting, which is from 1922.
Damn.
And it's actually a picture of the building here.
This?
And how it looked before. This actually started as our lounge area, where we'd have the Friday bar and go and sit and just relax for a bit in sofas. But after a few months, we soon realized, okay, we have to use this for office space as well. So now people up here are in administration and international marketing teams. Annika's working on some big Excel arcs.
Hi.
I think this is the best view from the office.
So when you guys first got the space, how many people were there?
We were around 25, I think.
Okay. And how many are you now?
We're around 60 in the company now. 30 people who are working up here, maybe a bit more.
And that's why you had to do the adjustments of like creating new floors, and also for people to be able, to sit here and still feel separated.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to move out again soon?
Hopefully we're not, but since we're planning this big entry in Germany, we're planning to open an international office in Hamburg in next year. I'm sure people will hear a lot more about that.
Cool, man. Okay, then you heard it from here first. So I actually have one last thing I want to talk to you about. Do you guys have any meeting rooms here? Maybe we can go find?
Yeah, sure, come.
Nice.
So we actually have a couple of meeting rooms in here. That's why we have this big box in the middle, because we knew, okay, if we're going to have an open office space, how are we going to have meeting rooms? And actually right now, I think someone else is using the big meeting room, but I think there's something much more interesting to show down here.
Perfect.
So this is actually our smaller meeting room, and as you can see, there is some interesting stuff in here.
What is this? There is a camera setup. There's some mics, and you and I both know why there are mics in here.
Yeah.
Further on now, after you watch this video, Christian and I are actually gonna do a podcast together.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a part of Jonas Togo Talks, and I'm really looking forward to getting much more into how the company was built, how you have been working towards this, and just learning about Shaping New Tomorrow in general.
Yeah.
And then also I know that you guys have a channel as well, right?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Shaping New Tomorrow.
Exactly. So I think that's something that's really, really important to go check out. And then you guys can look forward to watching the episode with Christian on Jonastogo Talks. Thank you for letting me seeing the reopening of your new store, and I'm really so much forward to having this conversation with you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Until next time, take care. Jones out. But in the end, you're the one who are choosing what you're gonna spend your time on.
And what you're saying here is basically what Shaping New Tomorrow is all about. We believe that in the stretch zone is where life begins. And that's why our slogan is stretch further, because we want to help people being in the stretch zone and stretching further in the stretch zone so they can do exactly what they love.